I freaking love Star Wars, and on the whole, it's probably my favorite franchise to consume. But there was a little sci-fi movie that came out in 2024 that created a bit of a scuttlebutt because it also featured a white dude on a sand planet that's destined for greatness. So I thought it'd be fun to discuss the similarities and differences between these two franchises, mainly focusing on the themes, main characters, and their cliffhanger sequels. Then I guess I should say which one I like more, probably. I guess. Makes sense to do that, right? But enough preamble, let's get down to the nitty gritty and talk about what we're talking about. So let's do the intergalactic hallucinogenic version of the Pepsi challenge and let's see whose spice is more nice. We all know that Luke is a good person. He's a nice boy. But as Jung said, we all have a dark side. And this film is all about Luke coming face to face, literally, with the so-called corresponding evil that is created from the better angels of his nature.
What's in there?
Only what you take with you.
Luke learns of his true parentage and he is horrified. The mere idea that he could be associated with this evil force, let alone the implication that he's destined to follow in Vader's footsteps, puts him in a state of emotional crisis. But he doesn't embrace his quote-unquote destiny. He chooses to believe that he can make his own destiny, a belief that he lacked earlier in the movie.
I don't believe it.
That is why you fail.
Paul does not do that. He also has a revelation about his heritage, finding out that his mother is the child of the evil Baron Harkonnen. And after learning this, he almost immediately decides to embrace the brutality of his newfound heritage. Though, to be fair, he was pretty high at the time. Now, I admittedly was not feeling this when it happened. I think I still had some PTSD from Rise of Skywalker. I was just out on pale, creepy, secret grandfathers. But this revelation motivates him to behave more like his adversaries. He says, "We're Harkonnen, so let's be Harkonnen," implying that he needs to adopt the traits of his greatest enemy. And by the end, we can see that we are looking at a very different Paul, and what he's about to do is gonna be costly.
An animal caught in a trap will gnaw off its own leg to escape. What will you do?
Several months later.
You die like an animal.
Which is like the exact opposite of what Luke did. This is like if at the end of Empire, Luke joined Vader so they could destroy the Emperor like Vader had implied.
You can destroy the Emperor. Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
You'd be like, well, they are father and son, and they're stopping the Emperor, who's evil, so that's cool. But why does this feel not so good? Paul continues his siege and starts to rack up bodies. He also starts feeling himself a little bit too much and operating as if the path he has chosen is infallible and sacrosanct.